What's up, nerds? The Immortal Nerd here, and welcome to the final day, day 6 of Super March Madness, where I will be giving you the number one thing that happens around the Dragon Ball Super series. And I've been waiting a long time to showcase to you guys. So we're going to go ahead, right before we go ahead into it, again, if you have not seen any of the other videos before the number one, the link in the description for the Super March Madness playlist will be down below, as well with the Super March Madness info video as well. So now, without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the number one video, Dragon Ball Super movie Broly. Yeah, you heard me right. The movie, the first movie for Dragon Ball Super. Now I know before you guys jump in and say, well, for those of you who have seen the movie, who may say, well, this happened after the Tournament of Power, so how can we have this in here and not any of the things that may have happened, later on during the Tournament of Power? Well, like I said before, I'm watching the English dub, Funimation. Yeah, they're on like episode 103 as of right now. So with like at least 30 more episodes to go for the Tournament of Power. So yes, that's the only reason. And I've seen the movie way before, when it came out in the theater, English dub as well. And it did have like a little spoiler, but if you already knew like the rules of what the Tournament of Power were going to be, and then you figured out this movie was coming up and who was going to be in it, then you would have, pieced together, what would the end result would have been. But unlike myself, I did not know, anything about a Tournament of Power or how it was going to play out. And then I heard about the movie. I was just thinking, no, it's just, just another movie. Then they're going to put Broly in it. And, didn't really know it was going to be canon yet. So I was like, okay, yeah, it's cool. Let's see how they play this out. But after, getting further information about it, it was going to be canon. It was going to fit in the Dragon Ball Super timeline. But still not knowing, how the Tournament of Power was supposed to go down. Watching the movie, it kind of spoiled that little piece for me. But I was like, well, it's Dragon Ball. Well, it's Goku or whatever. Something. They were always going to come out on top. So it wasn't like a something. The spoiler wasn't, oh man, I wish I hadn't seen this movie yet. It wasn't like that. It didn't turn me off at any point in time. It was just okay. So they won. So I still want to see how they won, because they did not explain that in the movie. So that was good on their part. With that out the way, I'm gonna go ahead into why this movie is number one. Broly, that's it. Video's over. I'm done. No, but seriously, this is about time. Broly had got a serious characterization of himself. I mean, kudos to Akira Toriyama to take this mantle and fix him up real good. Because if you guys do not know, if you go to the Dragon Ball Super website, it has comments from Akira Toriyama, and he talks about how he never was really on the setup for Broly. He done designs for him, but that's about it. He didn't really make a story for him or whatever. It was all Toei and company in the studio. But after further consideration for this movie, the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, he decided to bring Broly back and took it upon himself to create this new Broly, if you want to say reincarnation, maybe another rebirth, if you will. And I thought it was fantastic. It was incredible. More of a human side to this character that you can really get a feel for and really connect with. So when things go down in the movie, you just feel it down deep in your soul. And it was It was unbelievable. Now, I'm not really going to talk about the story of this movie. That's going to be left in another video. I'm just going to talk about the overall, how this movie looked visually. It was, for the most part, it was amazing. It was incredible. Especially the fight scenes. And I think they really did an excellent job with the fight between Broly and Vegeta. I believe that's where they really put in that time and dedication for these fight scenes, because it was a lot of fast motion going on, between the two characters, and I felt like the people behind this was like, all right, we really want to make this very detailed, and so when it comes out, from this production, and to be crisp, excellent, and it was just amazing. I mean, and just the whole quality of it all, the graphics, they really try to take their time to make sure that they came out good, and I very much appreciate it, because when I experienced this movie for the first time in theater, my heart was pumping all the way through. Sometimes I can catch my leg, shaking a little bit. I'm like, man, this is a really good movie. I'm like, the most awesomest thing ever. I was like a kid in a candy store. It was amazing. A lot of things they also did, what made it cool, was they incorporated some of the fighting styles, or special moves they incorporated some of the games in there. Dragon Ball Z Connect, also the moves from I want to say from Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. Also some scenes from a couple of movies they put in there, from Broly's Second Coming, and from his first movie, the legendary Super Saiyan movie. They had some clips in there. I won't say clips, but moves that he did in those movies, they brought him back in this movie for him to do it. I thought that was cool as well. A little nod to those movies. That was just fantastic. Goku, he got to run for his money. I will tell you that. He could not do, what he been doing with every other enemy, or opponent, I should say. He couldn't really do that with Broly, but he learned this lesson. And Frieza, still being Frieza, he was kind of more comical this go around, which was quite interesting. But yeah, as I said, this movie was like, it had the whole shebang, debauchery. I mean, there's nothing more I can really say, because then I'll be going more into the story, which I said I'll leave for later. This is just me really telling you just how awesome of a movie this was, in my opinion, and what made it number one. Because, I mean, it's Broly. I mean, everybody and their mama wanted to see, loves Broly, just because of, how savage he is. Now, in those movies and games, he was just like a monster, straight savage. But in this movie, they humanized him a little bit more, but kept that savagery, which makes it, even better. Cause now he has more than just one emotion to go off of, which can make a character that more powerful. And I really appreciate that, of what they did for Broly. And it was so good. It was so good. So, yeah, that was my number one pick for the top 6 things around the Dragon Ball Super series, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you think that there were some things that were more super than the list that I have, or your super things around the Dragon Ball Super series that had happened, you can put that in the comments below. If you will, I'll be gladly to read them in the comments. Again, if you have not seen any of my other top picks for the Super March Madness, the link in the description will be below for the playlist, so you can all see it. All 6 videos will be there. Next month, I will be doing my My Hero Academia Season 3 review then, because the new season will be coming out in that month. So prepare for that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series of Super March Madness, and maybe I'll do it again next year. Who knows? Maybe with another series. I'll title it something else. Who knows? But we will see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. Get this out there to all the nerds in the universe, multiverse, and alternate dimensions. And I will see you in the next one. The Immortal Nerd, signing off.